This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
Okay, I'm going to call to order the meeting of the Ad Hoc Grant Committee for June 12th at 12:04 p.m. Do we have any open time for the public? I'm not seeing anybody else out there, so if not, we will just continue on here. We're going to forego any minutes and just jump into a work session, which is basically trying to take a look at edits for this Bruin historical grant. So we have Diana and Kate here, and I will try to pull up the latest version. Sorry I sent it around so late this morning. It took me a while to work on it last night too, and I'm not sure how much time you've had to look at it, but
I think it looks really good.
parts of it I feel pretty good about, and then parts of it I think are kind of weak. I just lost it. Where'd it go? Hang on. Why can't I see you guys now?
I see you. I
You
can
can
see
see me?
you and the grant.
Okay, let's see. There we go. Hold on. Okay, I'm not sure what happened here. Try this again. All right, let me stop sharing and show you what's going on. Let me try that again. For some reason, my screen is doing weird things. Okay, let's try again. Here we go. So, this is, oh, what is happening here? I'm losing it every time I click on that. Hold on. What is going on? Zoom is not playing nice today. Come on, guys. Let's do this here. All right. Let me try this. Okay. Can everybody see it big enough? Do I need to do a little bit
Yes, that's
bigger?
perfect.
I can see it.
Okay.
Yep.
A little bit. Okay. All righty. So we are kind of in this neighborhood. So this first question, I think I'm pretty good with. We consulted with Chris's sister Andrea, who's a whatever she is, historical conservator, and she's done a bunch of these grants and said just keep it simple, just answer their question. They want to know that you know that there are standards that you have to follow. She said don't go into more detail than you need. So this is kind of where we ended up, and it's around 85 words or something. So this is the only one that had the 100-word limit on it. So I think I'm pretty okay with that, but if anybody has any thoughts, feel free. So
I think it's fine.
If she vetted it, she looked at it, and
she looked at that question, yeah, that particular question, yeah.
that's fine.
So unless there's some particular edit, I mean, she didn't want us to add much more language to it. She said you don't need to give them any details about how you're going to do it or anything like that, but it's just describe what's going to get done in terms of, just noting that that there are standards to be done. So
okay.
All right, so let's skip on down this the cost one. I think we didn't really change that much. Gosh, what something is happening here today with my little clicker. I don't know why it's doing this. Give me a break. Okay. So we're going to ask for the 90,700, which put in that yearly inflation rate that the engineers told us we should cover, which 12% a year sounds like a lot, but that's what they said it should be since we did the study. And then we just added a little bit more. The one thing Christina is going to double check on, we definitely shouldn't be using like a pressure washer or anything like that. So that's why we couldn't think of another word when we were talking about it. So we put in low pressure washing because the building, that area would have to be washed of any moss and all that kind of stuff. But I'll check with her to be sure that that's an appropriate term to use. We don't want them to think we're going to power wash because that's
Right.
really a not to do on a historical building. So, okay. So the anchor building, this one got a little bit lengthy. So the tied to local heritage, support a strong argument about this. I think most of this is pretty much the same as what we had before. Does its up here need a apostrophe, Diana?
Yes, it does. It's a contraction for it is, so
I thought it did,
done.
yeah. Okay. Municipally owned, this is underlined, so why is it municipally owned? Is that okay? Municipally,
Well, you don't normally hyphenate
don't have to.
adverbs. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Very good, thank you. Radio. Yeah, so a lot of this I think was the same as what we had before. We might have just changed some of the sentence order, but I thought this read pretty okay. I was halfway happy with this one, I think. It's really more the second part, which is really where the bulk of the questions are. Oh, so this was reflecting pressing needs to either reactivate it or continue to expand use of it. So this is the whole part of continuing and expanding. We aren't reactivating, but really continuing to use it. And that's why that most pressing need became functioning on the, I know Diana, you questioned about the emphasis on the police department, but that is our current usage. And it felt like we had to really emphasize that going forward here.
Okay.
I think the lack of public meeting spaces in short supply, that was a good addition. I found someone, I've got to go back and check this, but I found there's a guy that actually wrote a book on the economics of historical preservation. So I was looking online and I found a few of his speeches and so forth, and I have to go back and just double check that I've got the right person attributed to this. But I thought this was kind of an interesting quote that might fit in there. I don't know what anybody thinks about that. I may be going a little bit away from the question, but in terms of the pressing need, but it tied in, I thought, with our comment about large public spaces are being in short supply.
I think it's fine.
Is there anything that looks weird? I mean, I'll certainly pass this
No, I
around one
think
more
it's
time.
good. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'd say per Donovan. I might say according to if you have room.
Sure. Oh yeah. I don't think there's any. We'll be surprised when I get online, maybe, but it doesn't look like there's any other limits other than that first question. But
And then after historic preservation, instead of a comma, put a colon, according to,
okay.
or either way, actually, but colon might be a little better. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. And what did you think about that last sentence? Historic buildings are at the heart of our democratic values. Is that a little bit too mushy, or?
That's his quote, right?
It is.
Yeah. I think,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just go back and just double check my source on that. I don't want to misstate something, so I'll check that. And I read so many different things researching this. I couldn't remember exactly where I found this, which one of his spiels I found it in. So I need
Yeah,
to
you might check his name. That's a pretty strange last
It is.
name.
It is a funny name. I know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
Unfamiliar anyway. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. So one was pressing need, and now this is critical preservation needs. So I think this pretty much got through things too. A lot of this is similar to what we had before. We might have done a little bit of tinkering, but not much of anything. And I don't know online, we might be tempted to break things into paragraphs, but usually when you go online, it all ends up being one big paragraph. So it kind of all flows together here. But the whole rain splash idea came in here, the water infiltration. I think this is the most critical need that we have right now. So it felt like we answered the question there. Anyway.
Definitely.
Get out of here. Oh, come on. I don't want this. Get out of here.
I also like that it says that we've already completed some of the repairs, like it's an ongoing process and that there's next steps to it too. I think
Right.
that helps.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
that helps like show the
Yeah.
timeline well.
Yeah, I tried to make it, sound like a plan, which it kind of is. This is sort of phase 2. So, and then the relevant planning initiatives. So this just went back into the study that we had done. And we did change a little. Oh, so a couple things that I have in parentheses. I was just putting out as alternate wording. So in a lengthy detailed document that prioritized the urgent need for selective repointing, or where the need for selective repointing was among the highest priorities. I didn't know what sounded better.
I like priorities better than prioritized. That's
Yeah.
kind of prioritized or whatever that is.
I know. I don't think that's even really a word. I know we
I
use it
don't
a
think
lot,
it is
but
either. Those IZE words are
yeah, in a
frowned upon.
lengthy document where the need
Yeah.
for selective repointing
Well,
was
then their findings were reported, yeah, in a lengthy document where the need for was among the highest priorities. Fine.
okay. All right. So then our phased restoration plan has been guided by their recommendations.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Okay. And then I threw in, this is Christina's sister. We also had an informal structural review, which is true. She actually came out on the first phase and helped us with the specs for the contractor for doing the windows and the painting. So, but that she, you know, we thought it was good to tie her in as, you know, a former town. She still owns land in town, even though she's not a resident here anymore. So we thought tying into the Southampton angle was probably kind of important, maybe a little convincing. And that it was, you know, just volunteered her own expertise on that. And then that's kind of all we said. So I think that's, like I say, the beginning parts, I'm feeling I've tinkered with them enough here. I think I'm
I would put
gonna
a comma after project in that last sentence.
undertake this project. Okay, thank you. Leading to this grant request. Perfect. Okay. This one we couldn't say a whole lot about. We really don't have any major concerns, so we didn't think it was necessary to make anything up. It's like, is there any other major? It's really a strong building, and it's not the entire building that we're going to be repointing. It's only the lower parts of it where all that rain splash and so forth has happened, and a lot of the mortar is deteriorated. So you know, they said to be concise, so that's pretty concise. Number 8, this is where we start to get a little fuzzy maybe, but let's see what you thought about this one. I'll come down just a tad here. So
I'd say voted to designate it as a scenic road.
Designated as, thank you. As a scenic road. Okay. Yeah, so this is I don't know why I put along the street. I guess maybe that was my option, but I think to widen and extend sidewalks through the historic district, I think that sounds better than along the street, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I put along the street. I guess that was my other
Where else
option.
could a sidewalk be? You know?
I don't know. I think
Hopefully not in the middle of it.
Truly. Okay, the new rail trail here in front has an entrance on East Street less than a mile from the old town hall. Further promote walkability and increase opportunities to enjoy the historical district's beauty. We did break this into a paragraph, if I can, because this kind of ran on and it seemed to be a little funny to put it all together, but I don't know if I'll be allowed to make 2 separate paragraphs when I get online, but that's okay. Any particular thoughts on this?
It just seems a little repetitive. We got people walking through the town center in the beginning and the end. I wonder.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a question about accessibility. I think.
So are you saying the entrance part, that second paragraph, is repetitive?
No, I think it's okay.
No, I'm thinking the last sentence of the first paragraph.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it could be combined with somehow.
Okay. Well, I might give that to you later. How's that?
Okay, fine. Yeah.
All right. How about let's keep the second paragraph as it is then, rather, and if I can separate it out, I will, but it just was sort of a little bit a second thought process, but it does touch on the accessibility, I think, anyway. So then this whole section, the next section is most everything has been like 5 points up until then. So then this is the first question. This is the only one that's 15 points, and then the others are 10 in this section. So so this is the whole thing about revitalizing economic development or supporting economic development, which is a
Yeah. Would the people reading this know what the valley side is? I
probably
don't
not.
even know for sure. So why don't
Yeah. Okay.
Southampton is a gateway by expanding urban centers.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
um,
something I took out of
predominantly just take out along the valley side and just say
Yeah.
predominantly to the east and south.
Sure. That's fine.
You know, the only other thing about the ADA accessibility is like maybe in the last one to say like other grant opportunities are being explored to improve ADA compliance, like saying that that's something that, I mean, it's obviously something we're working on more.
Yeah.
With that building?
Well,
We're looking.
there are grants.
Yeah.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical grants.
Yeah.
Well, but we've made the removal of this particular thing part of this work, though, with the repointing. It's all part of the scope of work that we want to do with this particular one.
But this grant doesn't pay for making
It's gonna
that entrance ADA, right?
Right.
it's gonna remove that ramp. Yeah.
But that's it. It's not going to add a new ramp or anything like that.
I gotta double check how we wrote that. Let me just make myself a little note here.
I mean, just maybe Caitlin's point about, once it's removed, then could pursue other grants for making it completely accessible. I don't know.
I just feel like it's worth noting that it's another thing that we would be working on in the future.
Yeah, I don't know. Making a new ramp. I'll just put myself a note here and think about it. Okay. Yep. Something like that. Okay, I'll work on that. Good. Okay, so Southampton is the gateway to Hampshire County. So I stole a couple of things out of here from master plan or someplace, open space plan, wherever I could find it. We also have an old community development plan that was done in 2004, which was kind of interesting that I ran across, which I didn't even know existed.
I'll have to add that to my repertoire of searchable documents.
Yeah, it's on the website. I put it on the website, so it's under plans. So this is about economic development. So I thought it was good though before you get into economic development, I felt like I needed to there's no place that asks us to describe the town in any of this, where this is happening. So I thought a couple sentences here was kind of at least grounded the reader in terms of where they are.
I think we should not be negative. I don't think we should say what did it say? Very little nearby. Instead, we could just say, I mean, you could say really nearby or whatever is the photo studio. And within a mile or something, we've got a restaurant, right? Pisano's is probably not a mile away.
Right.
And soon a dance studio. All of those could be, could benefit from a cultural venue.
Yeah, same thing with I think about the park too. The park.
And the park, we could say outdoor events at Conant Park. This could encourage them somehow. I'm not quite sure how, but people, we would have a picnic venue nearby at Conant Park. We would have, perhaps this could encourage lodging opportunities. Maybe, some people might open an inn or something on the street. I don't think we should limit ourselves. I think just saying that's going to help the photo studio is.
Yeah. Well, and here, so Kate, thanks for this idea though. I did take out Robert Floyd's name and made this less specific because I didn't feel comfortable just signaling out a particular thing. So instead of saying while there are a few businesses in the immediate area, how would you want to begin that, Diana?
Okay, the building, come once again, me.
Could you just take out while there are a few businesses in the meeting
Yeah,
Take that
area
out.
and just say a neighboring photo gallery and learning center?
would
Um,
benefit from revitalization as well as a restaurant, a dance studio, and a dance studio within, how far away would the dance, it's gonna be in the Harley Davidson building, so how far away is that?
Probably a mile. Yeah, less than a mile and a half, I would think.
could we say in a new dance studio?
Well, it will be kind of a new, yeah, we could, why not? They're
Wait.
not gonna
Say
question that.
soon to be dance studio.
Well, it
No,
already
they-
exists, but it's further
Yeah,
away.
they've completed 3 years. They've done 3 years already.
It'll be closer when it's in the Harley
Yeah,
Davidson thing.
as well as a restaurant and I'm gonna say nationally known.
Dance studio, yeah.
Point.
Yeah, let's see.
How about not as well as, but as would a restaurant and nationally known dance studio. Would also have been as would. Take out. Yeah.
Dance
Good.
studio located. I'll
In
just put
less than, do you want to say less than 2 miles away?
Yeah,
Or?
I think that's fair. Yeah, I can clock it.
And then what do you think about my idea about lodging and
Oops.
maybe people would open Airbnbs or something if they knew that this was an attraction.
Wait a minute. I lost the attract visitors to attendance classes here. I cut up something here. The neighboring photo gallery and learning center would also benefit from this area.
Put a comma after area of this area, as would a restaurant and nationally known dance studio located less than 2 miles away.
Right.
Okay.
Perfect.
This part here though went with the gallery that could attract voters to attend its exhibits, classes, and workshops. That went with the photo gallery.
Oh, a neighboring photo gallery with.
Let's see. Would also benefit from real share. Maybe that becomes too.
How about just
How about a photo gallery and learning center offering exhibits, classes, and workshops?
Sure.
Would you ever charge for using that big room? I've never been up there yet.
Upstairs? Oh,
Yes.
well, if there were going to be theater and events up there, yeah.
Well, I just didn't know if that would also support the economic development in town.
Yeah, in other words, say that we could charge a fee. That's true.
Right.
There'd be income.
Sorry, I'm just like jumping. I didn't mean to jump all over the place.
Yeah,
Just came to
that's
my
okay. Don't do that.
I feel like we have a good supporting argument.
Mm-hmm.
Come on here. There's something when I cut and pasted this, I don't know why it's making these little boxes. I don't know if you can see that little line around things. It's weird.
Yeah.
I gotta retype it or something. It's kind of weird. Okay, stop there. Let me go here. So, and Kate, I don't know if you know what you see these little 3 dots? Can you see them?
Yeah,
It's
why
weird.
is it late?
I don't know. It's weird. It's when I copied it out of the Google. I don't know why. This was the thing that you had added in there.
Try cutting it and just taking it out, like Control X, like highlighting it and taking it out.
Okay, rather than copying. Yeah.
And
okay.
then right click.
Yeah. Okay.
And hit paste as plain text.
Okay. I'll fiddle with it later then. That's fine. So a neighboring photo gallery and learning center that offers or offering.
That offers is a little less. I think it's getting a little long. So that offers exhibits, classes, and workshops. So take out the Take out that
Workshop-
comma after workshops.
Classes and workshops, the same thing? Not exhibits, classes and workshops would also
Yeah,
benefit.
kind of. It's kind of, I mean, if you want to just make it more concise, exhibits and workshops.
I think I might do that. And workshops, comma, yeah,
No comma after workshops.
would also benefit from revitalization of this area.
As would a restaurant and nationally owned dance studio
Is there a comma after area? Yeah.
yes, I think it helps, yeah. It's not like I'm a comma queen, but
so just literally I don't know how far it is from there to the park, but it's not far. So
a few 100 feet away.
Yeah. So Conant Park is a few 100 feet away.
Is there a walking district? Like, I know that there was like a walking group that kind of did like the triangle. I know that's why we were trying to get that walking path installed at Conant Park.
Yeah.
There are two of them. There's the Council on Aging and the church. Both of those are walking groups.
So they kind of walk down College Highway and then turn left on Clark Street and come back around up East Street.
So do they walk by it?
They walk by Town Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Conant Park is a few hundred away and
could offer could offer. Well, we're trying to link the idea that if people would, bring a picnic and then go to the theater there or something, right?
Yeah.
How about in conjunction with events at the town hall, Conant Park could offer, nearby Conant Park could offer a picnicking venue. And I don't know, I guess, anticipating that people are going to open inns and bed and breakfast is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. So in conjunction with events with future events. Yeah, with events at the Old Town Hall.
I mean, all of this is future.
Yeah, right. What did you say after that? Conant Park is a few 100 feet away and
could offer a picnicking venue or picnicking.
How do you spell picnicking?
I think CKING.
Something's wrong there.
Yeah.
Don't spell picnicking venue.
Or site. Yeah, maybe site is better. So
could offer a recreational and picnicking
yeah,
site?
That's true, because now I'm thinking about pickleball. Can we tie pickleball into this somehow?
There you go. Did you hear that sidetrack? I saw on the news the other day, Biden has got a new strategy to go after senior votes. He's going to do something with pickleball.
Oh.
I think he's doing phone banks and pickleball or something.
Well,
I don't know.
He'll win by a landslide then.
Maybe. Okay, so in conjunction with Conant Park is a few 100 feet away and could offer a recreational picnic site. Somewhere I was going to throw in the proximity to the green, or did I already do the greenway? I did that somewhere.
We did say something about that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where.
Conant Park and the future greenway are only a few 100 feet away. I don't know.
Yeah. Could you say recreational and picnicking site and
or only a few 100 feet away and could offer.
Kate, say what? Did I hear pavilion?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we should include that there's a pavilion there, or that they already do,
Uh-huh.
Nah, maybe not. Makuna Park and Future Greenway. And offer both offer picnicking recreation as well as a pavilion where community events are already hosted or regularly hosted.
All right.
And I just wonder if that could be tied into Celebrate Southampton somehow.
How about Conant Park's Pavilion? Would that work?
Sure.
Double L?
One
Yeah.
L.
1L?
I think it's 1L. Hold on.
Must be. You're right. Conant Park's Pavilion and the Future Greenway are only a few hundred feet away and could offer both a recreational and picnicking site. And well, they already doing it, and so in conjunction with events at the Old Town Hall.
We're just trying to link them.
Yeah, could offer both a recreational and picnicking site. And I mean, Kate's point is, we use it a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people from out of town that already rent out the pavilion, for graduation parties and weddings and
the seasonal use of the pavilion could translate into year-round use, into more year-round gatherings at the Old Town Hall, something like that.
Right.
The popular seasonal use of the pavilion.
Popular?
Yeah.
Should
we say it's open air pavilion, or is that the definition of a pavilion? I think it is.
Kind of the definition, I think.
Okay, all right. The seasonal use of
could be expanded to year round.
Could be expanded.
Could expand.
Could expand to year round. Hoopla, no. To year round.
Year round, or could expand if there is a large indoor space available year round.
Yeah, something like that. This is probably because right now it's only seasonal, right? So now we'd have a big space, internal space. So the popular seasonal use of a pavilion could expand with the availability of. I'm just trying this.
A large year-round?
Large year-round venue.
Such as the town hall.
Yeah.
At the town hall. We're talking about the town hall, at the Old Town Hall.
Events themselves would something about charging admission, getting back to your idea of making money on this.
Would that go under economic development?
I think that's where we are though.
Oh, is that? Sorry.
Yeah. Fosters economic development. Yeah. Could expand into with the availability with the new availability of a large year-round venue at the Old Town Hall.
Something like all these opportunities or all these
generate revenue.
Functions could generate revenue with a fee structure in place after the renovation or something like that.
All these functions with a fee structure in place.
Well, I mean, we have to make sure it's clear we're talking about the town hall now, not just the pavilion and all that.
Yeah. Okay, let me just throw something down here.
Could generate revenue from the old town hall, from,
Not sure if it's clear what all these functions are.
What if we
Well-
said, what if we just said,
all these.
the space could be rented and would generate additional revenue for the town? Or special events or rent, you know,
Yeah. So how about rental of performance areas and meeting space? I'll just throw something in here. And special events space, or I don't know.
Not to mention a liquor license.
So maybe without this fee structure in place.
Yeah, rental would cover that. Rental of performance areas and special events.
Not too bad. What do you think?
Take out space. You got the extra word space there in that last sentence. Rental performance areas and special, oh, you want it to modify space? Rental of performance areas and
for special events?
Or special events, or
For
yeah, maybe.
For special events and take out space.
Got it.
And I would just say, I don't think you need to say own town hall twice.
Yeah.
I think you could just say it could
No.
generate revenue for the
Right.
town, maybe.
yeah.
Okay. Not too bad. And then I thought I would throw in, so tell me what you think about this last paragraph here, whether it fits in here, but this was what, the whole notion of, the possibility of economic growth. I mean, we've been a very fast growing community,
Yes.
and this is directly from one of our reports. And actually I can probably update it because I think it was also put into either the open space plan or the master plan, but this one came out of that community development plan. So maybe that actually, no, this can't be in 2018. This can't be the right one. I got to check that. That's the wrong source. It's got to be the master plan, I bet. Or something. It can't be that one. Because I'm talking about 2018. That report was written way before that. So that's not true. I'll figure out which plan that was stated in. But does that seem to help make the argument about economic potential?
Love it.
How fast did the town grow in the 1990s? Instead of, couching it sort of like the biggest growth is over, you could say after growing, after doubling in the 1990s, the town, whatever it is, the town grew another 15% from.
Yeah. I don't know. I can find out. I put a note.
Here, I'll look it up. Census Southampton.
I'm not sure where it was now.
Southampton maps. Population.
Was that?
So you want the night, you said oh, this is 2010.
Yeah, 1990 in the decade. Excuse me. In the decade, I guess, is what they were referring to there. But yeah.
Just if you could just generalize after, after a quantum leap in the 1990s,
Yeah.
After,
I'm just trying
around
to
here,
find.
it seems like we doubled in growth. If I just look around my neighborhood,
Yeah.
or just
1990.
after not triple digit, that would be over 100% after,
I can find it. I don't know why this is like finding a census in 1990. I don't know why. Maybe I'm on the wrong website.
Might be something too in our might be in the master plan, Kate, actually.
Okay.
Our
I
master
mean,
plan
it's not
update.
a big deal. I just, again, it's sort of like the negative thing, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Okay. Through another, and I have no idea what's happened since 18 either. So, but the potential for a reimagined Old Town Hall's usage as both an historic and a cultural destination is without limit and will result in producing both tangible and intangible benefits. How's that?
Yeah.
sounds good.
Sounds
Yeah.
good?
And I think I might have found it. It's
Okay.
just it's really small. Southampton.
We have to do some math.
No, it's just really teeny tiny. Because there's a lot of towns. Southampton. Oh, of course, it doesn't have a total. What the heck?
You know what?
Really?
It's not a big deal.
But
I
it
mean,
should.
it's just another way of not of saying the same thing, but you
Yeah.
know,
Well, that's okay. I've kind of left it there. I've got to make
yeah.
myself a note. This is the wrong quote though. I got to double check that for sure. Um, well, I'll leave it there, and then if we run across it, we can somebody holler and I'll fill it in.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the next one, we're almost done actually. So is this included in the town's master plan? And so if your project or property is included in your community's comprehensive or master planning or is aligned with the organization, da, da, da. So I don't know about any statewide initiatives per se, but this definitely supports the master plan's goal of conserving this. I didn't know, I guess I was questioning whether this central tenet of the town's master plan was necessary or just stop at citizenship. I like putting in the chart because it says provide examples.
Yeah.
So I think that was good, Kate, to throw that in there.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted that as like an insert, but that was the only goal that I could find in the master plan
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
relevant.
I guess I'm hoping it would allow me to put it in that way. I don't know. I guess I could say, I could do the narrative that, in the master plan, one of the goals was to ensure continuing expanded efforts, blah, blah, blah. And as a strategy, whatever, I can make that a narrative if it won't let me type it in. I might, before I get online, I'll probably put that in a separate Word note for myself, just in case I have to switch gears and jump into a different format and it won't let me copy. Because this is one you've got to do all in one sitting. You can't go in and save it.
Oh,
But
oh
this is all
boy.
we've said. This is about all we've said about your
Yeah.
community's comprehensive master plan. So it's there.
I mean,
Um,
the state must have some like, stated mission of supporting towns' economic well-being somehow. I mean, isn't there a state master plan of some sort?
and we had to submit our open space plan to the state, but I don't know about the master plan. I don't think we did.
And maybe it's not a big deal. What is it they say? Aligned with region and our statewide initiatives.
Should probably maybe keep this as the old town hall here and keep that all.
I mean, aren't the standards that we have to adhere to? That's a form of statewide initiative for preservation.
478.
Yeah. I think I don't know that I really like this central tenet of the master plan. Does anybody like that a lot?
Preservation effort.
Just ended at sense of community.
I mean, I would say that a sense of community is a big part of the master plan. If you wanted to take out active citizenship, I don't know about that.
Okay, so
I mean, you're thinking we're overstating it?
well, we've got master plan up here. I was trying to, it's all in central location for civic engagement, public discourse, and community gatherings, thereby promoting a sense of, you said community over here.
What is the central tenet of the master plan?
Well, it's supposed to be the sort of the outline for future development of the town. So
Let me see if it ties into anything in the first page. I did find the 1990 census and it was 4478.
4478.
that's 1990.
1990 was 4478.
And then can you see anything in 2000 at all?
This report is 1970 to 1990. So you want 2000?
Well, what this said was after the greatest growth in the 90s. So I'm thinking
There's 53 on Southampton, Mass. It says as of the 2000 census, there was 5387.
5387.
So I can do that.
Okay. Minus what? 40 something?
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one, Kate? 40 what? Sorry.
4478.
Yeah, I put it in the chats because it was hard to find.
Yeah. Okay. So about 900 people different.
So 909 is what percent of 4478?
20%? Maybe.
You said 900. What's the math? 900.
It's
900 over 4.
20%. 20.2%. Yeah, it's
Perfect.
909 is 20.2% of 4,478.
Okay.
So
So after a 20% population growth?
yes, after a 20% population jump, maybe in the 1990s.
Yeah, perfect.
In the 1990s.
Then take out,
Get all this
take
stuff
out
out of here.
that.
Get rid of this. Okay, 1990s. Yeah. Okay.
The town grew another 15% from keeping it within the top
Yep.
5
Okay.
fastest growing towns in the
You say
Pioneer.
followed by.
I'm sorry.
So after 20% population jump in the 1990, oh, the town grew another, keeping with the top. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah. I think that's good. Okay. Perfect.
Oh, central
And-
tenet of the master plan. Oh, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, that's where we were looking at.
I would think everything in the master plan is to promote a sense of community. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't want economic development that destroys a community. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah, sure. And I mean, you think about the chapters of the master plan, it's land use, it's mobility, it's
Yeah.
Open space and recreation, it's cultural and historical heritage.
So I think you can say it's a central tenet, but maybe active citizenship is not. I don't know if there's anything about getting people,
Yeah.
involved and taking, if it is, we're failing.
Or
Yeah.
could we say, or could we say, I'm looking at the master plan, in aligns with the master plan's elements of land use, economic development, historical. I mean, it's like almost historic and cultural resources and public services and facilities. It's like almost all of those things. So the master plan is structured in conformance with the state requirements outlined in chapter 41, section 81D. Blah,
Aha.
blah, blah. So I
Oh.
don't know if you want to share. I can copy it. I'll just copy it into the chat.
Yeah, can you, let me, hang on, Kate, let me, hold on. Oh, I can, if I share screen, can you type it right in?
I don't think I can type into your screen, but you can copy it out of
Oh.
the chat or you could copy part of this out of the chat.
Okay, let me find it
Or
in the chat.
but I could summarize it. Let me summarize it.
Okay,
Chat,
let me just jot something here. Yeah, I'll make a space. Okay, go ahead.
let's see, I'm just gonna say, and and addresses several elements, including land use, economic development, historic and cultural resources. Would it be under open space and natural resources? No. Public services and facilities, as well as mobility. How's that?
All right. Let me see if I can do that.
If you hover over the bottom, like toolbar where the audio video is, then there's participants in chat.
Let me just see.
And
Oops.
maybe it's this project addresses. If you hit paste plain text, it'll keep it the same font too.
Sorry, hit what?
Sorry, it's just a different font if that drives you crazy.
I
But
know.
it doesn't matter.
What did you tell me to hit?
It's just you have to right click and hit paste as plain text.
Okay, right click.
See how it has like that? See the A?
Up here? No.
Nope. Down under paste options.
Sorry, hang on. I don't know why it's making all that space there. Font?
See where it says the little A? Under paste options.
Oh. That one?
That one would make it at least the same font and format, text format. I don't know why it came out gray.
Why is this doing this though?
I think you can just get rid of that whole.
Anyway, in chapter 4, let me just see what you had down here. Well, it's chapter 41. That's weird. Get rid of this part up here. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to be in here. I'm not in the footer. Get out of here. All right, so I've got it down here. Okay. So you've got it down here now, right?
You pasted it down there, but I would just say address it and so the master plan.
I thought I put it up here, but that's okay. I'm gonna get rid of it up there. So
the master plan is structured in conformance to the state requirements outlined in section 41A. And this project addresses maybe.
okay, there we go. That's where I was.
And then maybe comma including.
Comma, including.
Yeah.
Not so much land use, really, though.
Oh, well then economic development, historical and cultural resources, public. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then I think the comma would go after elements, right, Diana?
Including economic development. Wait, several elements. Yes, you're right.
Several elements, including
And
comma.
then take it out. Take it out.
Yeah.
Take it out.
Yeah,
of
like
there.
that.
Okay, got it. And would you put it up above that paragraph or put it down there?
I don't know.
I think the first paragraph is stronger. I mean, the second one is kind of, generic, I guess.
Does that become the the intro though. Just talking about, what a master plan is kind of all about.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Either way. Yeah.
I'm just wondering. I don't know.
Finish strong. Yeah.
Kind of what I was, because then we'll have that little chart underneath it, right? So, oh, stop it. Oh, I'll fix it later. Go away. We'll leave it. I'll fix it. So okay. Several
Here, I can
including
write
one-
it in case that it doesn't let you put in a chart.
Uh-huh.
Do you want me to write a sentence that could fit there?
Sure. That'd be fine.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, so we're generally good on the tenant there. So then I think our last two or three questions. While you're doing that, Kate, we'll skip on to this next one. Okay.
I'm just gonna go. I gotta go to the master plan because now I can't see it.
Oh, sorry.
You know what? Let me screen. Can I just take a snip of the screen so I don't have to find the document? Okay, I'll just do it. It'll take me 1 second.
Yep.
I'm doing it right. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. I'll just scroll down a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So describe community support for the project. So there's a little tricky one here because we don't really say that we've got a lot of community support, but we again talked about aligning with the master plan that was adopted by a vote of the residents in 2013.
Everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry, I just had to join.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't mean to.
Select board has also voiced support for pursuing this project. Town's Historic Commission actively support. And how about make that and the towns?
Yeah.
Don't need to be 2 sentences here, I don't think.
Recording. Jerry, I'm just gonna rename you. Hi, Christy.
Actively, we're saying supports the project twice.
Yeah, twice. You could just say, as does the town's historic commission.
Thank you.
Everyone out of the meeting room, but I'm gonna keep
Well, or have also voice support for pursuing the project as has the town's historic commission. As has. Yeah. I mean, they've actually done more than voice support. They've actually, well, at least Christina has.
Christina has. I wouldn't say the whole commission has, but yeah. Okay, and then I did throw in this part. So this is new because we did have it in our community survey when we did that master plan survey a couple years ago. So we initiated a survey to confirm residents' priorities for the development of the town within categories such as land use, mobility, and infrastructure. Nearly 900 people responded to the survey and 87% were in general support of the strategy, quote, and is this a semicolon or a colon? Probably colon.
Colon.
Figures.
Like when you're announcing something, then it's a colon.
Okay. Build or repurpose existing municipal building for multiple communities. So that was the strategy that people were generally in support of.
Started. I'm going to keep an eye on our.
So that's about all we can talk about, I think, in terms of community support right now.
I just finished the sentence about. I copied it into the chat. I put goal 3.1 of the master plan is to ensure continued and expanded efforts to preserve and enhance historical assets of the town of Southampton. Strategy 3-1A is to develop a plan for future use of municipally owned historic properties such as the Old Town Hall and Fire Station while working to determine the highest best use of these properties and how to repurpose them while keeping the historical character intact.
Perfect. All right, so I copy. I'm just going to run right up and just going to dump it in here so I've got it as a narrative just to have it right here. What did you tell me to do again? Don't do that, obviously. Do a paste. What? Paste. There we go. Better? Close enough. I can tidy that up, but that was basically what you did. Okay. All right. So I don't know if we've got any more community support we can talk about, really. It's a 10-point question, but about all we got. I mean, it's not like we got a lot of rah-rah cheerleaders for the town hall, the old town hall at the present time.
That they would
No.
be able to, that your health
Um,
outcomes would be better and that you would have healthier community members. So that's really
Right.
our goal.
So would that sentence go in the section above? I couldn't
Which
put
one?
it in, but the one that I put in the chat about, oh no, you did it. Sorry.
I just dumped it there just to have it, Kate. So
Okay, sorry.
yeah, I mean, I'll try to use the chart if I can, but if I can't,
Perfect.
So
this will
We got to
work.
dump in
Yeah,
there twice.
it's there twice for now. Yeah. Oh, did I put it? Is it the same thing? Oh,
a big
oh yeah.
Yes.
How'd you do that? That's weird.
being addressed. And ultimately, it really serves our communities here in Western Mass
Perfect.
the most,
Thank you.
because a lot of our communities are smaller.
Okay, I know you got another thing you got to go to. So Les, can't think of anything else for community support, but
well,
Uh,
I was just thinking about how people are always
Also, we
asking
need
the
to think
church
of our
to, you know,
20
for
communities in
rental
Hampshire County,
space or for
you know,
something,
do not
and
have full-time staff.
I guess
So this really serves
sort
us
of,
here in the county.
by extension, you could say that there's
So,
demand in town
Go ahead
for meeting
begin.
space.
I know that a lot of us know each other
I don't
already,
know.
but
You can think about it.
Yeah.
do it.
Mhm.
This to your
Okay.
board.
Oh, let me to define community need. So this is just the other one. So these are the last two questions, I think. Yep. Last two questions, and everything in this thing is 10 points, but how let me to define community needs. Some of these questions feel like they're repetitive here, but
They really are. Yeah.
Bigger and expand.
so
So we have a
the defined
dedicated-
community need right now, we got to keep the police in business and functional. And then I didn't know we had something in here. We had something in here about, our aging population and the need probably for emergency services, but honestly, it's really the fire EMS services that get used more than the police. So I thought that was a bit of a stretch. So I kind of took it out for right now, but there's something in that we could throw in something about,
expand and grow.
They
I
do
don't know
the
if there's-
residents, I think what I was thinking about was the resident reassurance program.
yeah,
And it was the police department that said that it's the aging population that is they were surprisingly in stronger support of building the new public safety complex because they're the ones who are using the services more.
uh-huh. All right, well, maybe we can
I think
just
we could leave that though. I mean, I think it's fine.
Uh-huh. But we could throw in something else about aging population though. I might just have to think about that again, now that you say that, with that reassurance program, where they're doing their wellness checks, basically, right?
Mhm.
So a certain number of I don't know how many seniors participate in that, but I could find that out. A certain number of seniors rely on daily wellness check-ins with the police department or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're talking about essentially.
Which
I
I could throw in a sentence in the chat. It's just like to support
Yeah. Sure. All right. And yeah. And then the increase in cultural programming, will it support an increase? So
We hope.
serve as yeah, really. Investment for the town and will serve as a reminder of town's history, restored town hall. I'm gonna put restored old town hall to keep it there. With historic charm, architectural appeal, and attractive facilities, could host a range of cultural events, both for visitors and building could showcase. Yeah, and boosting the town's identity as a destination for cultural enrichment, or what may be called historic tourism. So, yeah, it's true. It's just not I'm not sure it's a 10-point answer. It's a 10-point question. I don't know if I've got a 10-point answer. Tough one. But we think of any other brilliant things.
I don't know if that's really helpful, but
Okay, look at it.
I mean, even if the police aren't as visible as the ambulance and all, people do count on them. I mean, they're always monitoring for speeders and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there have been some break-ins and
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna sit this right in here right now, Kate, for a minute.
Perfect. Make sure I don't miss anyone. I have Peg Whalen. Peg.
I'm on the Board of Health with John in Chesterfield. Welcome, and I look forward to when you're on board.
I put seniors rather than frail elders here.
Thank you.
sure.
I have Keith
From dispatch.
That's okay. I'm just introducing Kristen Dearborn. She is our new shared services coordinator, and is starting now intermittent hours.
Police staff support or supports?
So, she'll be here in the coming week.
where are we?
The police staff, do they support or supports?
Oh,
Police staff.
Staff support, the
and the police
police,
staff supports. I would say staff in that case is singular, so supports. Police
Okay.
staff supports.
Okay.
It's politics and politics. It's like, who knows?
Yeah, really. Okay, well, I can weave that in a little bit differently up there, but at least the thought is there.
Sorry about that. So I'm excited to see what you.
So good. Well, listen, I don't want to keep you guys long. I know you've got other things to do. I just wanted to at least run through this for some first thoughts, and I'll tidy up this a little bit. And how about it? Do you mind if I send it around one more time?
I don't
Sure.
mind.
And then we can take a look. I'll double check my quote on a couple of things here, and then we'll be sure that we have it a little bit tighter. But this is feeling better to me, I think. I don't know what exactly to to look at here in terms of what this is going to really be, but
and you said it's due on the 15th?
it's due in Friday by close of business. So yeah.
And do you know when
14th.
you anticipate hearing?
End of July.
Okay.
I hope
Yeah.
we get it. We did our best.
Yeah, I mean, I think,
A lot of
I-
people worked on it. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I think it's reading well. I mean, it bothers me that I feel like we wrote a fair amount more on the 5% questions, the 5
Yeah.
point questions rather than on 10. But if it's a convincing argument, it is. You can't make up anything out of whole cloth. So
No.
Right.
it is what it is, So, but I'll do a little bit more thinking, and if I come up with any bright ideas, but I'll tidy up what we've done today. So thanks for those inputs. Those are all very
Mhm.
good sets of eyes and different perspectives, which really help
Yeah.
strengthen it all. So
And
while I have you here, can I assume that you two would love to keep on joining me on the grant committee as we continue into a new year?
How could I say no?
I think we probably have to be reappointed since we've been an ad
Yeah.
hoc. We only have been going year to year to year.
I have to think about it. Yeah.
Oh.
But I did want to talk to you after. I know Caitlin has to go, but
Okay. All
could I
right.
talk to you, Chris, something about
Sure.
tonight's meeting?
Oh,
Maybe
yes. Okay.
in the recording.
Sure. Yep. We got
All
a
right,
separate one
nope.
coming up. All right. So let's call
Okay.
this meeting adjourned at 1:12, I believe.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.